Well, hey there, guys, and welcome to Let's Watch One with Caffey, and yeah, and no one else, coincidentally. No, I am quite alone. No, that's all right. I've been wanting to do Furikuri for quite a while now, actually. Yeah, it sounds kind of cheesy. I kind of just started the channel back up like yesterday, but yeah, I felt like I had to introduce the series with something like that. Yes, we are watching Furikuri. Since this is the first episode, and more or less the first time I'm actually announcing that our Let's Watch series will be Furikuri, you can pause this video and go watch it, or pause this video and then go watch it some other time and then restart this video, because that's how it works. You watch the video, then you watch this one. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I will be saving for the Let's Review that'll be on right after, on the 5th Friday from now, 6th Friday from now. I don't want to do math right now, but it's after episode 6, we finish watching episode 6, I will be doing a Let's Review on this series, and I have a lot of things to save, and not a whole lot of things to get over, because this is just the starting episode, so real quick I'm going to go over the few characters that we see in Furikuri episode 1. Real quick, I'm just going to call it Furikuri. If you want to butcher it, it's Furikuri. But that's more or less how you'd actually say it in Japanese, and I know the American version is Fulikuli, but I just want to say it that way. You know, if you watch even the dubbed version, the middle part of it, when it halfway point between the episode that a lot of animes have, it even in the English version, they say Furikuri. So that's what I'll be calling it. Okay, so, for characters, we have the main character, Naota. He's basically just a boy converging on manhood. Converging is the key word. I mean, he's quite a whiny little baby sometimes, I will not lie. We also have Mamimi. She's a high school student that Naota's brother was going out with before Naota's brother went to America for what we hear, baseball. So this has left Mamimi more or less kind of depressed or confused a little bit, and she's more or less taking it out all on, guess who, Naota. Fun. Then we also have Haruko. We have no idea where she came from, why she's here, what she's doing, but she's apparently Naota's new maid. For some reason, she decided to do this. Odd, yes. She also broke into a hospital and stole a nurse's outfit, which was weird. You should notice that's weird. Then we have Naota's dad. I think we only hear his real name once. We have not heard it yet, so I'm just going to call him Naota's dad for now, and possibly through the whole series, because I actually don't remember his name off the top of my head, which means it's not that important. We also have the robot. The robot does have a name, but since we do not know the name of the robot yet, I'm going to call him the robot. I believe we learn his name next episode, or maybe 3. I think it's 3. We'll see. But okay, that's more or less all the characters. We have a few of Naota's friends, but we don't actually have to really get into them until an episode or 2, maybe. I believe it's episode 4 possibly from now, so we'll get into them when it's rather important. Until now, you just gotta know the girl is nosy and the rest of them are just kinda goofy, like most anime friends are. So right off the bat, we see the satirical, more or less, doesn't take itself seriously theme of Furikuri, but don't let that fool you. A lot of story happened in the first episode, even though it looks like there's a lot of comedy parts. There's a lot of comedy parts you're supposed to take seriously as well. the robot that came out of his head, it wasn't just for kicks or anything. There was quite a reason behind that, which, yes, we will get into later once we actually figure it out in the series. Also, another thing to take note of is medical mechanica. All this mention of medical mechanica, at least in the beginning of the episode, is not just out of nowhere. This is an important fact, and remember that there is a medical mechanica plant in Naota's town. This is very important and key to the series. And so there's not a whole much more to the first episode, other than, yes, the robot really is going to be living with Naota's family. Yes, Haruko really is also going to be living with Naota's family. Yes, this is actually a real anime and not some kind of dream you're having. And now I will give a more or less quick 1-2 of the plot before I say sayonara. I actually didn't plan to say that in Japanese. I actually was going to say just a foreign way to say goodbye, you know, like those cliche people. I'm sorry. But okay. Anyway. So Naota. He's hanging with Mamimi, who is more or less kind of just filling in the void from Naota's brother with Naota himself. And they're kind of just chilling on the bridge. And then, I don't know where this lady comes up on a bike. She hits him in the face with a guitar. Yes, that's key. And slowly Naota develops a bump on his forehead. After quite a while, the bump develops into more of like a horn, which he has to keep under a bandage. Naota's dad also gets hit by Haruko, except this time he's more of hit by the bike than the base. Although Naota is hit by the bike, but he gets hit by the base, which makes him get hit by the bike. And now, because of said incident with Naota's dad and Haruko, Haruko is now more or less a maid, housekeeper, whatever you want to call it, for Naota's family. Naota does not want to sleep with Haruko on the top bunk because the top bunk belongs to Naota's brother, who is since in the US. And so Haruko, jokingly, sits on Naota's bunk. Naota, being a little kid, is kind of just like, well, I can't sleep here. And goes downstairs to sleep, probably on the couch, I'm guessing, when his dad is off in the corner and alerts him that Mamimi bought some old bread. Naota drives down on his bike, of course. Does he run? I don't remember. He either rides a bike or runs. I don't remember. I think he runs. Yeah, he runs. I don't have the episode right in front of me. I'm sorry. He probably runs down to the bridge where Mamimi is. Mamimi's eating it. This is more or less when we realize that Mamimi is homeless. Yes, she's homeless. Took my friend quite a while to realize that. They talk for a little while, and then Mamimi says she's going to overflow, quote-unquote. I will explain what that means exactly in the Let's Review, because that's kind of more of a symbol. And Naota's horn grows and grows, and then turns into a gigantic robot, of which starts fighting this hand. Haruko comes out of nowhere, a thing on her arm jingling, a ring type, the glove with the, I don't know, it's like a ring type thing in it, something like that. Anyway, she comes up, whacks the robot in the head with her base. The robot changes from red to blue. A thing explodes in its head, and it is now harmless. And she's also wondering where someone is. She looks around confused. The horn is now gone from Naota's head, and the robot and Haruko are there to stay at Naota's residence. And that is more or less the first episode in a nutshell. I hope you guys all enjoyed the first episode. It was one of my favorite animes, and before the reign of Clannad After Story on my top 5, taking the number 1 place for, who knows how long. Furikuri was there with the number 1 spot. Well, before I hit the 10-minute mark, although I can upload unlimitedly long videos now, I will just say goodbye, and look forward to seeing you guys on Monday when I'm reviewing something. Probably Death Note, or Code Geass, or Clannad After Story. Well, thank you guys. I will see you